previous videos, I mentioned that it's common for an app to be organized into a tree of nested components. For example, here we have a parent component, and this component has 3 child components, and the second child has 2 more. And you can have many components that organize like this, and this tree can become very tall. Is there a way to visualize the components in this format so that'll be easier for us to debug and verify that we're doing the right thing? And some students will say, hey, we can use F12 in Google Chrome, so we can use the developer's tool. Well, that's good, but remember in demo 1, when you open F12, you no longer see the Vue components, because before we render the Vue files in the browser, the Vue compiler will first compile them into native or pure HTML text, so you cannot see this in F12. What should we do? How do we debug? Vue provides an awesome tool called Vue Devtools. Now, this is the GitHub of Vue Devtools, and you can use this as a plugin in Google Chrome. And this one will help you visualize the relationship between different components on the same page. So it's very useful for debugging and testing. So next, let me show you how to use this tool. I'm under 04 Vue Devtools.html. In this example, if I scroll down here, we have a div. Inside this div, we have a message called root, and then we have 2 tags, second component here. So let's take a look at the definition of second component. So here is the definition. In second component, there is a data, and here is a second level 2 component. So this is a template. In other words, this will be shown, this part will replace the second con. So this part is first, we're going to print whatever in here, second, level 2 component. Then we're using 3 third con. So in other words, the second component is nesting 3 third component. So let's take a look at third component. Scroll down here. This is third component, and this is third. And in the template, we simply just print level 3 component. So I hope you were not confused. Okay. So what happened here is first, when we render this page, first we're going to print root. Now in root, we're going to say level 1 component. All right. Then we're going to print 2 second con components. For each second con component, we're going to first print second, which is level 2 component, and then print 3 third con. Okay. For each third con, we can just print level 3 components. Okay. So are you clear with the containment? It's not very obvious by reading the code, but everything will be very clear if you see the Vue Devtools. Also, to make sure it's visually appealing, so we make them colored. So we have orange for the root, we have green for the second con, we have blue for the third con. Okay, so right click, I'm going to view in browser. So as you can see, this is the root message, and then this is the first second con, this is the second con. Okay, as I said, if I press F12, and I go to element, as you can see, you cannot see those second con or third con. Everything becomes native HTML. So it's not very easy for us to debug because we really want to see the nesting relation between those components, right? What we can do is we're going to use Vue Devtools. So let's go back to the GitHub. So installation, we're going to use this one, get the Chrome extension. Add to Chrome, add extension. So now we have it here. So let's go back to Vue Devtools. Let me close this, and I'm going to refresh. Then I'm going to move my cursor over here and press it. It says Vue.js is not detected, but we're using Vue.js on this page, right? So why it is not detected? The reason is by default, Google extension cannot access your file in your local machine. So we have to give this guy permission to access this. So I'm going to go here, right click, go to manage extensions, and scroll all the way down and check this allow access to file URLs. So check it. Okay, then close it and refresh. Now pay attention to this icon here. Now it is activated, right? So if I click, it will tell me that open DevTools of Chrome and look for the View panel. Okay, so I'm going to press F12 to open this. Now click this. Now there's a View panel. Now remember, we used Element, Console, Network a lot. Now this time we're going to use View. So click View. As you can see, now we see this tree, a tree of components. Do you remember we have a root? Then we have two second component. So I'm going to make them side by side so you can see it clearly. So here is second con and second con and second con, second con. And each second con has 3 third con. So if you expand this one, and if I move my cursor here, it actually shows me what happened on the page. This is the first third con, second third con, and so on. Now if I press the third con, it also shows me some data here. If I move it down here, it also shows me the data. For now, the data is level 3 component. So when you work on Vue project, now this is the highly recommend is you install Vue Devtools. It gives you a sense of what happened on the page. So not just in pure HTML, but also in Vue components.